Hello, everybody. Stewart Heath here, CEO and founder of Harvard Grace Capital, back with Nerdy Numbers number 35, and this week our nerdy number is 50. 50. But first, let me pause and say Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans for your service and sacrifice, and also happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. Why is our nerdy numbers 50 this week? It's because over the weekend, President Trump suggested that we should, create some 50-year mortgages to create housing affordability and make a whole lot more people eligible for mortgages. And of course, we get the whirlwind of haters and detractors and everybody talking about how stupid Donald Trump is, and I just don't know when people are going to tire of that. And I would also just like to say to all the detractors, sometimes he just does it to tweak your nose. But let's have a discussion over the wisdom of doing a 50-year mortgage. And that's not something I'm going to be running out looking to do. But I think that there's a certain segment, and we've talked about this before, of our population where the economics have just gone backwards for them compared to most of the older generations. Like I've got people in my family that are in their early 20s and they can barely get an apartment, much less buy a house or anything like that. But anything that could be done to help people get out there and get into the housing market, either as a renter or as a buyer, I think it's good for the entire economy as a whole, because we do have a certain segment of our population that's a little bit stagnant. Now, I understand all the detractors that if you're practically doubling the price that you're paying for the home over 50 years, that it's not very good economic stewardship, and I'm just like, people, how many people do you know that actually held their mortgage to maturity without refining or selling the house or doing whatever? I think most of those things are not real reasons to not think about this seriously, because nobody's going to hold a 50-year mortgage for 50 years. It's not going to happen. Everybody moves, buys, sells, refis, whatnot. With possible exception, if the 3% rates came back, I might put a 50-year mortgage on my house and keep that 3% money for the rest of my life. But anyway, this is an interesting take on an affordability piece, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, I don't think it's an ideal situation, but I think it does address some circumstances that we have going on in our economy right now. Would love to hear from you on this. Take care.